Hi guys, Robert at robertoreed.com. Well, it's finally happened. Disney has officially bought Fox. But what does it mean? All right guys, Disney's finally bought Fox and we have to figure out, well, what does this exactly mean? Now there's one caveat. Now a lot of people would say, hey, you know what? The X-Men will go to the Marvel Universe or the MCU and we can just do some integration and we get the Fantastic Four back. But wait, there is one caveat. It's a little snag in the Fantastic Four actually, where another film company, I believe it's called Constantine, check the description box below for the article, and I believe they have some rights with the Fantastic Four, and Fox had distributing rights for the Fantastic Four, so they're gonna have to work together to figure some things out as far as getting the Fantastic Four in the MCU. Personally, I think it will happen. I think it's going to happen. Otherwise, nobody makes money, and the Fantastic Four is just being wasted. But on to integrating the X-Men universe into the MCU. I heard a number of different theories, but I'm gonna tell you my two favorite theories that people suggested as a solution in bringing the X-Men into the MCU. The first one I would say goes out to Rob over at Comments Explain. He had a way that I thought was really, really creative. And so far of all the ones that I've heard, it's my favorite one. What he said in essence is what they can do is, since there was so much hate and disdain for the mutants, Professor X erased the minds of everyone on the planet so that they would not even know that there are mutants on the planet, even though they did exist. Now the only other person not named Xavier who knows this is Vision, who had the Mind Stone. And he just agreed to keep it secret. Okay, but he knew all along. He just agreed to keep it secret. And then after the events of Infinity War, a little before, after, whatever, the cat's out of the bag. You know, they came out of hiding, so to speak. I think that is pretty good. I think that's a very, 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 very good way of writing the X-Men into that universe. The other theory that I heard, or idea to integrate the X-Men in, was to, since we have different worlds, different realms like in Thor, different dimensions like in Doctor Strange, the X-Men, you can write it as though the X-Men always existed in the Marvel Universe, just in a different realm or a different dimension. And now these dimensions or realm are about to collide with the MCU and they have to duke it out, and basically big misunderstanding, they have to figure each other out, they're all on the same page, whatever. So kind of like the X-Men are really coming to the MCU reality. They have some differences, but for the most part they're friends, which could lead up into a Avengers versus X-Men clash. So I think that's probably one of my favorite ways of entering, at least those two ideas are one of my favorite ways of integrating both universes. And man, would it be great to finally see the X-Men in the costumes that they should have, considering Deadpool, who just said, you know what, we're going costume. We're going exactly what we get in the costume. Same thing with the Avengers, same thing, Doctor Strange, Thor, we get the actual costumes. Same thing would happen for the Fantastic Four. This is what the fans want to see. We want to see something we recognize. We want to see something to have that feeling of nostalgia. You could change uniforms up later, okay? We got a classic looking with slight tweaks on the Spider-Man, and then we see in Infinity War, we're gonna see a version of the Iron Spider, the Iron Man suit, Spider-Man suit that Tony Stark built for Peter Parker. So I think there's a lot there. I think that there's going to be more continuity, or they may even wait until the next phase of the MCU to even introduce the X-Men. Okay, I did a video talking about who would play Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, or who would be the new Wolverine, I should say, since Hugh Jackman wants to step down from the role. He's been playing the role for about 17 years, so I can understand anyone who walk away. But I would be so tempted if I've been looking at the success of the MCU and all these characters and this epic buildup. I would certainly want to be a part of it in some capacity, but hey, we're two different people. You know, you see what happens. But there's some exciting things on the horizon. I mean, Marvel is, they have a formula out there, and it's almost like printing money, okay? I mean, these superhero movies, you can say it's a lot, you can say it's saturated or whatever, but they are working. And Marvel has a formula, they have a plan, they have a long-range outlook, which is more than I can say for DC. But tell me what you think. How can the X-Men be integrated into the Marvel MCU so that we can see it in one big shared universe? I'm sure Stan Lee has got to be giddy. Till next time, life tastes a little bit better with a little spice. Conquer with character.